Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While you're in sunny Florida, be sure to visit
WARlando! Enter into a world of epic adventure.
This is our 37th chapter, playing the Dungeons & Dragons adventure, Out of the Abyss.
Does anybody want to try to jump in and give us a recap, or do you guys want me to handle it this time, and you can help me fill in my gaps as well? We left it at a pretty precarious place, a little bit. At least
I remember that point.
I'd go with the latter.
Yeah, please remind us.
Yeah. Let me reboot this one, and you guys, in case my notes have gaps, then you can tell me too. So,
my notes are bad.
I say my notes as if I wrote much down at all.
Oh, I did write stuff down, but it's indecipherable. I have no idea what any of it means.
All good. I think it'll all come up pretty quick. So the last time we got together, we had, in meta terms, a lot of plot elements sort of shift into position. Basically, you all were at the legendary library of Graven Hollow, where there was access to information that you weren't able to find out otherwise about the Demon Lords, the Underdark in general, all kinds of various tidbits that sort of let things start to click together. But really, when things came into focus is when you all met with Vizarin Devere, who was the Archmage Drow you met in the library, who then exchanged information with you in between the things that you learned throughout the campaign and at Graven Hollow via a series of visions from the Stone Speakers, and along with some of the things he was willing to divulge about his history. You all basically brought into focus that he believes there was some sort of powerful ritual cast by his arch nemesis, another Drow archmage named Gromf. And these two were rivals, and there's a clear hatred from Vizarin of Gromf. And at which point he offered you all safe passage to his tower in another part of the Underdark if you were willing to accompany him, in which you all agreed to do, to kind of see what he had to say. He was a little bit hesitant to share details because he was worried about things being overheard in the library and whatnot, but said that all would become clear and he would lay out for you a plan forward that he's developing if you were willing to accompany him there. Does that all sound right, or does that raise any questions?
Not all at once.
Yeah.
So it came to pass.
And I was just trying to figure out Skype to unmute.
Oh.
myself.
Start over.
Sounds, yeah. What was that? Sounds right there where, yeah, it's coming back now.
So, in shorter terms, you have found your ally in the terms of the plot, and he is named Vizarin Devere. He is a Drow Archmage who hates another Drow Archmage who he believes is responsible for casting a ritual which led to the demons being drawn or let into the Underdark from the Abyss.
Yeah.
And he has offered you a tenuous friendship. If you want to accompany him back to a tower, he will flesh out the details of a plan he's developing.
All right, so what's our impression of this guy? Is this another guy just luring us to feed us to some monster?
Sure. We may have done it before, but let's go ahead and pull it off right there and roll an insight check and see what you all can glean from your encounters with Vizarin.
I got a 13.
Roll dice in a while. Let me see if I can do this. And I got a 1.
Did you seriously?
Oh, now I know how we do this. Mark just loses.
I got a 16 to add the
26.
Ooh, 26 is pretty
We'll go
great.
with that.
So Selkie, you get the impression, and if you choose, you can share with your friends that you don't sense anything that he's told you that's disingenuous. He seems to be telling the truth and genuinely needs your help or wants your help, and really does seem to have a place that he'd like to go to speak with you further.
Okay. Yeah, I would share it. Definitely.
Okay. And if I remember right, I think you guys had generally agreed to go with him previously, based on similar checks or impressions.
Yeah, Zoc.
Promise not to turn Clock into a statue, though.
So then,
Still Stonehenge.
Clocks was restored.
Yeah,
I thought he was restored. Yeah.
I was.
We just don't want him to turn into a statue again.
Oh.
Do we?
Habit forming.
So in further developments last week, if all that's clear, there was also the kind of sort of two ongoing plot threads which collided at the end of last episode in the cliffhanger, which were one, Mark's, or I guess Kaz's, Zoc's voluntary, imaginary, sometimes visible, sometimes not friend, who you all may or may not know about. Zoc, how much would you have shared at this point around this thing that talks to you, your buddy, your mentor?
He's right there. I mean, I don't know why they're probably not really, people thinks they're not really that cool. So that's probably why
they're cool enough.
That's like, I make apologies for my friends, but
So there was that part of it. And then there's also the gem, the fist-sized gem, which you all came into possession of, which Zoc has been carrying around recently. And from Zoc's perspective, previously he believed this friend of his was inside the gem for unbeknownst reasons. But then in the cliffhanger, his friend appeared to him as he previously did, sort of outside. So Zoc had been sort of acting a little weird, and I think that's a pretty good place, unless there's any other questions before we start, probably to pick up and get that a little bit resolved here. But before we do that, anything I didn't cover or stuff you guys want to be a refresher on?
I think that's good. I think that's a good spot. Did we figure out how many days travel it is to the tower?
Vizarian will tell you, very close by Underdark terms, 10, 12 days. No problem.
We got this. No problem.
And where are we now?
By Foot Lizard.
I guess by Lizard, it's all kind of about the same because you have foot troops with you, right? Unless you want to just leave them.
Yeah.
Double time.
There we go.
And you all have basically just left the library, so you're sort of back out in the Underdark, outside the passages where you first found your way into Graven Hollow.
And where did we meet this Archmage?
In the library.
In the library.
Mm-hmm. And he is there with his companion, who is a human-sized, spiky-toothed, toad-looking creature who will grimace at you menacingly from time to time, but otherwise has kept his distance. All right, well, then jumping right in, Mark, there in front of you is your idol.
Yeah.
He says, hey, listen, you went to the surface world, and I told you you were to come back and report to me immediately. Now I see that you're here, and I haven't heard from you.
But I reach in and I pull out the gem, and I'm like, but you've been in here. I did report. Why? Hold on. And I'll attempt to tech thoughts on the gem again.
Okay. You, given your previous connection, you easily establish a telepathic link with the gem, and your idol says, "Oh, hey, haven't talked in a while. What's going on, buddy?"
Whoa, pull back. Wait. All right, I'll do my usual to reach out to my patron.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's sort of this, you kind of reach out with your aura or your presence, or I sort of envision the tendrils of your will sort of creeping out, through the weave, and they sort of go out, and they seem to be indiscriminate, sort of where they're going. They're not really latching on to anything.
All right, this is really messed up. So I'm not feeling it in the gem. I'm not feeling it to him right there.
Mm-mm.
So, well, I'll ask him straightforward. It's like, wait a minute. You're in here, but you're also out here.
And he sort of squints at you, and to this point he's always been cool guy, very chill, and like you feel sort of a presence or an aura sort of come off him that you maybe haven't sensed from before. It's still him, but an edge to his personality that maybe you hadn't picked up on. And he says, "What is this? Some trick? I'm in no gem. I'm here. And I gave you an order. Why have you not reported?"
But I have to you in here.
He looks at it and says, "Show me no trinket. Give me your allegiance now."
But I've given you my allegiance. You have my allegiance.
He squints at you and he says, "What is this thing? Tell me about it." And you don't have to rehash if you want, but you can relay the story of the gem.
Yeah.
And he says, you sort of feel his presence reach out towards it, and he says, "It makes no difference. Destroy it."
What do we, like us as the members, is Zoc like off on his own at the moment, or are we just seeing him like have a conversation with somebody who's not there?
So I think you guys probably wouldn't hear who he's talking to, but Zoc, unless you want to describe it differently, I think it's basically you talking to nothing, right?
Yeah, just imagine like that person in the grocery store, or you see out walking about, and he has one of the Apple ear pods in. He's just having a conversation, and he's gesturing, and he's just having this, so very much like that.
And do we know would we have known about voices in the gem?
So voices, no, unless I don't think you told anybody, Zoc, right?
No.
But you all did kind of deduce that there was something not quite right with the gem, some presence or something like that.
And we didn't want to touch it, right? Zoc.
I think, if I'm remembering, I think Dak and Selkie both attempted to touch it but didn't make a connection.
Okay.
I think Selkie had a little bit more of a rough run-in with it than Dak.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well,
So,
if
Grab, you feeling okay? You look a little green around the gills. You look like you're going to throw up. You all right?
I think I am going to throw up. This is a little too much. Well, if you're out here now, but still in here, and you want me to destroy the gem, all right, let's do it. All right, cool.
And right around this time, sort of synced up with the more tense parts of this conversation, Dak, all of a sudden, like, you feel Black Razor sort of come to life, and push its presence towards you and say, "Yes, let's take this one. This soul is powerful."
Take which one?
And you sort of like feel the tug, and it's like in the direction of where Zoc is looking at, but there's nothing there.
So what, Black Razor, what are you talking about?
This presence, you may not be able to see it, but it is powerful. Strike out now and kill this one.
Alright, I draw a Black Razor.
Mm-hmm.
And I just swing at the empty space.
And you'll Zoc, you see like he's ignored your companions till now, but like when the presence of Black Razor sort of comes at it, you see his eyes. You see his eyes like all of a sudden take notice of Dak, and as the sword passes through where he once was, he materializes in another place and says, "Do it now. Destroy the gem."
All right. Conjure my my axe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Toss the gem up in the air.
And you hear one, right as you go to toss it up, you hear, "What are you doing? Hey, come on, man. I need your help."
Wait a minute. Okay, destroy it or don't destroy it.
Strike.
What do you want? You need my
Strike
help? They help to destroy it? What? Okay, I'm a little confused right now.
And at the same time, you hear both voices, "Destroy it. Destroy me." Like,
All right, you know what? If you want it destroyed, how about you destroy it yourself? Can I toss it to him?
he says, "This is not a question. I'm not asking."
Black Racer.
So you're telling then? All right, fine, whatever. Blah blah blah. I'll throw it up in the air again.
Uh-huh.
When it hits the ground, I'll come down with the axe.
All right. You come down. The gem hits the ground and nothing happens to it. It sort of just clatters like it's fine. Although you would have expected it to chip and shatter or something like that, but it's unhurt. And then when your magic axe comes down, you smash it into bits, and you just hear a scream, and you see like all that you see in an instant before the gem shatters is just this. It's just this imprinted vision on your mind of a great gargoyle face staring at you with glowing coal eyes.
Oh.
And you smash through the gem. I am going to need you to make a madness saving throw.
No problem. Based on my previous roll, I think I may have this.
No way, it's another one.
This is going to be a wisdom save.
Oh, a wisdom save? Okay. Wisdom. All right, I got a 15.
That is going to be not successful.
Oh no.
All right. Bring the madness.
All right.
Do what, 2 now?
Roll for me a D100.
All right. Love this. I love it. Here we go. $87.
Ooh, I like this one. All right.
Am I blue again?
I'm not keeping this private to make it difficult. I think it's more fun if you kind of play it out.
Okay, cool.
As you see it, but I'm going to put something in your private chat here.
All right.
You are now, is essentially part of your character. This is a flaw that you have.
Yeah.
Which will remain in effect.
I love it.
It's a good thing you don't have to drive.
I love it. All right, cool.
And so now your buddy, your patron says, "Good. That's a good start. Now, report."
All right, I guess I've reported before, so
I've heard nothing from you since you've been here.
All right, I'll go into the story.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, just envision like Chunk from the Goonies when they get him and he just starts rattling off
Just
his
starts talking.
But the worst thing I ever done was I mixed up this fake move.
So I'll go ahead and reenact since we came back from the surface.
Okay. So he's fully up to speed and he says, "Good."
And I'm pointing everybody out too. And that guy over there, and then this here, and then that happened.
He nods and his glare sort of lingers on Dak again, and he says, "Good. Proceed with them.
All right.
I'll contact you later."
All right.
It sort of just fizzles out of existence.
All right. Feel accomplished?
And then you hear, and Black Razor just sort of goes back into sleep or dormancy. Dak.
Okay. I'll put Black Razor away.
Everything okay, guys?
I'll just go ahead and get back on my lizard.
I guess we don't need that gem anymore?
What? No, we didn't need it anymore. It had to be destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's everybody just standing around looking at one another for? Let's go. Come on.
Okay, let's go.
Vizarin will come back from
Find out what direction yet?
Yeah, Vizarin will say, "Are you prepared to leave? Can we head to the tower now? We shouldn't linger about. Who knows what can happen out here?"
Just waiting on you.
All right. And you all can proceed on your journey. Let me roll some stuff here. All right. And where'd you go? Not you. Yes, you. All right. You all proceed for seven nights, 7 cycles of sleep, because there is no daylight down here, and you're fully rested and have all your resources at your disposal. Tell me how your troops are arrayed and how everybody's sort of proceeding. Everybody command is sort of walking through the Underdark.
I don't mind taking point.
Okay.
Got the scouts out.
I'm usually towards the front, I think, because of my passive perception.
Okay. So I think I hear we have
Okay.
Mornhelm's scouts are way out in front, sort of a forward party. And then in terms of the main procession, Selkie and Dak are sort of taking point with everybody else grouped at the back, right? Okay. So you all march along, and let me see. What is your passive perception, Selkie?
18.
18. That's pretty good. There we go. All right, you all are marching along, and Mornhelm, your scouts don't report anything back, but Selkie, as you guys are marching along one day, you catch just out of the edges of your glance, you're about to go into a cavern, and you see sort of a movement within a shadow, nothing specific, but you just kind of barely catch the edge of something up ahead.
I'm gonna throw a hand up to motion for everyone to stop.
Mm-hmm. All right. And the rest of you can all now make active perception checks to see if you can spot what's up ahead.
Uh, 15.
Natural
16.
20.
Yeah, Dak.
Oh, yeah. Did you end up getting dark vision through Black Razor or something like that? Is that
I
what happened?
got dark vision from something else. I can't remember, a feat I took or something like that.
So kind of for the first time since you've been back down here, like you really are getting the hang of this dark vision power, and like you peer into it and you see up in this tunnel ahead, sort of one figure sort of clinging to the ceiling, and then 2 others sort of crouched around behind some boulders up ahead, and they look like you can't make them out completely because they're sort of concealed, but they look sort of like large creatures with many legs.
All right. I shout out to the party at large. Spiders! It's an ambush!
All right, and they will hear you say that, as will your party, and let's roll initiative and fight some stuff.
Oh my god, those are both such bad. I get advantage on initiative, and they were both single digit.
That's rough.
Unbelievable.
All right, did anybody beat a 20?
Nope.
All right. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
17.
15.
16.
All right, so it's going to
15.
be Zoc, then Clocks, then Mornhelm, right?
Yep. So
All
far.
right. 14, 13, 12.
12.
All right. Dak. 11, 10, 9.
8.
All right. So we'll go there. All right. They didn't surprise you due to your good perception checks, but crawling and climbing in horror out of this cave ahead of you, you notice the arachnid bodies and drow uppers of what you guys would know as a drider. This is a half drow, half spider creature.
Whoa.
Known to inhabit the annals of the Underdark. The first 2 of them have beat all of your initiatives. Let's see, I think we said we had Dak and Selkie at the front, so the first one will charge at randomly determined party member number Dak, and will try to its spidery mouth on the lower part of it will try to bite you first, which will be a 19 to hit.
I have an AC of 20.
All right, nice. And then it will try to take 2 swings at you with its drow body with its long sword. One is a miss, and the other is a 20. So, let's see, you are going to take 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, that is that one's turn. The other one will come halfway, so it's about 15 feet away from you, and then will fire its longbow at Selkie.
Okay. Can I shield?
I have a 14 on the dice.
Okay.
So you're gonna shield?
I think. Yeah, I'm gonna shield.
Okay.
Like,
And that
yeah,
makes your
20.
AC 20 something? Okay. Yep, so the bolt sort of clangs off your magic shield, and then it hisses at you and runs in to try to make a longsword attack. Now it's in close range.
No, thank you.
Your shield will catch that one as well, and then it will try to bite you and also miss thanks to your shield.
Aha!
Right. Well done on that initial charge. Zoc, you're up.
All right, let's. One of the ones into combat. I'm going to shoot into combat with Eldritch Blast, but first I'm going to go ahead and hex one of them.
Okay.
All right.
Which one do you want to hex? The one on Dak or the one on Selkie?
Let's do the one on Selkie.
All right.
All right.
It is a Dex hex.
Yep, Dex Hex. It is, and 2 Eldritch Blasts at him. So I have, let's see, that's +9, so it's going to be a 27 and a 18.
The 27 is good.
Okay. So that's going to be... So 13 points.
All right. Successful 13 points. All right. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Are you mounted on your lizard?
I am.
Mm-hmm. I think we previously had the lizards making attacks, so I think if you want to do that, that's...
Oh, absolutely. I guess, yeah. If I can rush up there, then.
I don't remember the full details of it, but yeah.
Okay, all right. I don't have my lizard sheet out, unfortunately. Can anybody give me the stats?
Yeah, multi-attack.
Yeah.
is 1 bite and 1 slam. So the bite is going to be +4 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target, and the hit will be 11 hit points. Oh, or 2d8 + 2.
Twice here. I guess one for the slam, one for the bite. Okay, looks like the slam was a plus what?
+4 to hit.
All right, so that's a dirty 20, and the other one was +4 too, so that was 18.
All right, the dirty 20 is good.
Okay, so the slam, what is the...
if you want to roll for it, it's 2d6 + 2, or just 9.
Okay, 2d6.
I think we said we're taking flat damage.
Flat
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So 9 points. Yep.
9?
Yep.
Okay, 10-4. All right, it takes those. Anything else, Zoc?
That is it, unless my guardians are available.
Remind me of that one.
That's, I'm sorry, veterans of the gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. All your NPCs are on your initiative. Yep.
So it looks like I got 5 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they'll come rushing forward. Short sword. All right, so I got 2 long sword attacks. And then a short sword. So 5.
Shield 2.
So what's 2, 5, long sword +5. So let's see, I got 17, 16. The rest probably fail.
Yep, those are all fails.
All fails. All right. Let me second attack for the long swords coming in. Oh, I got 2 1. No, that's a 7 and a 1. Okay. All right. Yep, that's all failure. Now for the short sword. Short swords +5. Possibly a 24.
Yeah, 24 will work.
24. All right. So that's going to be 6.
All right. 6 damage on that same driver. Okay.
All right.
All right. Clocks, you have yourself and your NPCs.
All right. And how many of these spiders are there?
You can see 2 in plain view.
Okay.
The other one's still kind of back on the tunnel. It hasn't come out yet.
Okay. I don't think our guys have a shots. Oh yeah, all birds. Okay. So I'll pull out my crossbow and I will take a shot, and I'm gonna shoot. Crossbow. Oh, I probably miss with 12.
Yeah, that will be insufficient.
And my spies my Lord's Alliance spies will shoot.
Okay.
And they're D6. One has a 23, and the other one
good.
Okay.
All right.
And that's 5 piercing damage.
All right. The bolts strike true. All right. Anything else?
Nope, I think that's it.
Turn.
Have we done any damage?
Yeah, the Drider that attacked Selkie has taken a few pretty good hits, but is still hanging tough in there.
Okay,
so we
where
have one fighting Dak, one fighting Selkie.
Yep.
And we are up to you.
Okay. So, I of course can't remember my new skill at all. So I'll fire a firebolt at the closest one that's been injured.
Okay.
And follow up with an manual attack.
Sounds good.
Right. So I cast at will. So a ranged spell attack means that I have to roll to hit it.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Or is it? It says strength plus 16.
What's the spell for firebolt?
Fireball. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's +8. Okay. So it's 19 + 8, 27 to hit.
Yeah, direct hit.
Okay, 2d10 damage, which is 12.
Takes all of it.
And then I will. Can I shield up and strike, or can I just strike?
I think your shield is a reaction.
Okay.
So if you want to get close and then one of them takes a swing at you, you could cast shield then, if you like.
Okay. So I will follow the firebolt with a strike of my mace.
All right.
Where are you, mace? You went away. Been so long since I've. Okay.
Dak, your turn will be next, just FYI.
Okay. So
Stand
it's
by on
a stand by on deck. Where are you? I lost it again. Okay, it's 20 + 7. So that will be a 16 to hit.
That will unfortunately miss.
Okay.
And I think you have some.
I have a the one more action, right?
Oh yeah, because you get 2 attacks. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try it again.
Okay.
And that one is 21.
That's good.
And the damage is 10.
Got it. Do your let's see. You had the scouts out in the front, right? Those were who you were controlling. So they sort of went right by one guy and missed him. But if you want, they can kind of start coming back toward the fight. That'll take them 1 round to get there.
Okay. Maybe I got a whistle for them.
Yeah, they'll hear like the sound of the battle, but they're just a little bit far up ahead, so they'll start running back for the next round.
For now, can my trusty lizard take a bite?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I'll have him tear off one of the legs.
All right.
Yeah, I have to find my paperwork.
A lot of legs in there.
Yeah. 13 plus whatever the leg stripper gets.
I think the lizard gets a 4, so I think it's going to be a miss.
Yeah, +4 to hit.
Okay. Onward to the next person.
All right, Dak, you're up. Selkie on deck.
All right, I'm gonna go with the assassin first. She's gonna shoot her light crossbow.
All right, at the injured one?
No, at the one that's attacking me.
Okay.
All right, she's gonna miss. Then the thugs, they're gonna shoot their crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got a 19 and an 18. Those hit?
The 19 is good.
Okay, 2 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to bring out Black Razor.
Yeah. It's chopping time.
First, I'm going to hex the one close to me, a dex hex.
Got it.
Oh, I'm going to miss with my first attack.
Oh, no.
Second attack.
You guys would know now you need a 19 to hit.
Second's 22.
Nice.
And that's 23 damage.
Good lord.
But I'm going to throw in a Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Give it another 8. So 31 damage.
Screams in fury and like her legs like go back and start trying to fend you off. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Selkie!
My lizard's gonna attack first.
Okay.
Multi-attack. We've got a dirty 20 for the bite and a 10 for the slam.
All right, the 10 is the 20 is a hit.
All right, so that'll be 11 for the bite. And then we have my shield guardian with his multi-attack.
That one is now bloodied, for the record.
Sweet. His multi-attack doesn't hit.
Okay.
Now it's my turn. I'm going to do 2-weapon fighting with my rapier and wave. And neither of them are going to hit.
Oh. Anything else?
Nope, because my bonus action was the 2-weapon fighting, so I am good.
All right. The Drider, still back in the cave, will run up to about 15 feet away from the sort of main melee right there and just stop, and you see it. You see she sort of makes a gesture and her eyes glow, and I need everybody, really everybody and all the NPCs, I think, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ruh-roh.
Just tell me if they beat a 13. Sorry, this is a wisdom saving throw. I said it wrong.
Oh.
I'm going to use my flash of genius and give myself +3. Ooh, and I needed it. I got a 13.
I got a 17 for me.
What number do we need to beat?
13. But you need at least a 14.
And a 17 for my shield guardian. Which, if he's a construct, would it have affected his? Okay.
Yep. This spell will affect him. I'll describe it.
17 for both of us.
You said you need a 14. You need to beat a 13.
I'm sorry. A 13. Wait. Why am I? The spell save is 13.
So I got a 14 for me, and the other guys aren't here, right? And what about the lizard?
Right, your guys are not there. Yes, the lizards all need them as well.
So does that mean the 13 passes or no?
I actually, for whatever reason, I'm blanking on that, but I think it does pass, if I'm remembering.
Okay.
I got a natural 20 for the
lizard. Nice. Do we have any failures yet? I haven't heard one.
Yep. Two of my dwarven, the Lord of the Lions guards fail.
The guys that ran up and hacked at her.
No, they stayed behind. They were in the rear guard.
Okay, got it. Any other failures? What you got?
Three veterans.
All right, those are the guys that ran up and were attacking. Okay, so all the failures, which it sounds like it's 2 of Nicholas's NPCs and 2 of Kaz's NPCs.
I've got also 4 of my thugs failed, but everybody else passed.
Hey, DM?
5 out of 8, sorry.
Just so we're on the same page. So I believe it is the DC difficulty class. It says here that if they give an example. So if the DC is 13, they got to beat the DC 13.
Okay. So thank you for. I don't know. It's been a long time since we played. So
just so when.
Am I allowed to use my inspiration before or after I roll?
You can use it now. I'm good with using it as a reroll if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay.
I got a word.
All right.
I failed. So Clocks fails as well. Then.
Okay.
I got
And
4
one of my elves fail as well. Then.
Okay.
I think. Let me look.
Good to know.
No, actually it passes because I had a +2. No, just I. Me and 2 dwarves.
Okay, so I think the only PC that failed was Clocks. Everybody Dak also failed, right?
No, Dak was fine. It was 4 of the thugs that failed.
That's right. Okay. So all the failures start to kind of glow with this eerie green light, and it's like it's much easier now to pick them out in the darkness and target them. So they've all been subjected to fairy fire. It's not going to damage them, but attackers will have advantage from here on out.
All right. You can see as I start to glow, maybe as like what this particular spider can see as it looks on is this little green ass waving on top of the lizard back and forth, just like na 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 na.
Awesome. All right, that one's turn. And you guys almost forgot about it, but Vizarin says, you all appear somewhat capable. Let me assist. And he just nods at his companion, and Dak, like telepathically in only your mind, you hear, on the left. And this spiky toad smashes into melee next to you and starts wreaking havoc on the one that you're attacking.
Cool.
He's gonna, with his pointy teeth, he's going to try to bite the Dryder and fail. And then you couldn't even see it behind its bony body, but he reaches out behind him and pulls out a greatsword. And he's going to try to smash it twice with a 2-handed greatsword attack. But, let's see. Oh yeah, 1 will hit. And he smashes into several of the legs of the spider, doing 12 slashing damage and another 7 necrotic. So a pretty healthy hit as your newfound ally jumps into combat next to you. And then Vizarin will say, Oh, I don't like this one in the back one bit. And you'll see a crack of lightning rip out from its hand. And it will need to make a Dex saving throw. What is Vizarin's DC? And it will make the saving throw, but still take damage. So half of 8d6 as a lightning bolt arcs through. 10, 16, 15 more points, or 15 points of lightning on the one in the back that cast the spell on you guys.
That's what she gets.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that is Vizarin and his ally. And we are back to the top. The first Drider is the one that was fighting Dak. It now has advantage on attacks, and will.
Why?
Because it can see us.
I'm sorry. It's going to. There was the.
Very
They
far.
run up in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that were the minions, the NPCs that were chopping
Okay.
at his legs. Was it? That you guys were shooting at it?
Yeah.
Mark, yours ran up and attacked Selkies, right?
Yes, that is
Right.
correct. Yep.
Right. So those are the ones that it's next to because it's all in close combat. So it's going to pivot and start attacking the ones over there. So these are going to be attacks against your thugs. Are they thugs or is it something else?
Thugs.
Zoc.
Oh, Zoc.
Veterans for myself.
Veterans. Thank you.
Veterans,
Yeah,
the
your shield. Yep, your shield veterans. So it's gonna pivot over and start trying to call the herd here.
Okay.
All right. So one of them, it will try to bite and miss, and then it will chop twice with its long sword. What are their AC?
17.
All right, so those are going to be 2 hits with the long sword.
Okay.
7 damage. So I guess 14 on one of them. You can pick which one you want and track 14 damage on that guy.
Okay, 14 on one.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and it had advantage too. I guess on the bite it had advantage, so I need to do another
Okay.
roll there. But that'll also. Wait, what is their AC?
17.
Okay, so that'll be a miss still. And that's that one's turn. The other one will do the same. They're trying to get some of this small guys out of there. So a bite attack at advantage is gonna miss, and then 2 longsword attacks. That's 117. All right, so it's 1 hit for another 7 damage,
Okay.
and then 1 more attack, and 1 more hit for another 7 damage.
All right. On the same one or different?
Yeah, they're all kind of beating up on the same one.
Okay. Right. All right. So, but a different one from the initial attack, right?
No, the same. All on the same.
Oh, all the same guy. Okay. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And they're still up.
Yep.
The one's still up. Okay. All right. That is the Drider's turn. It is now Zoc.
All right. So I guess I'm near these Driders. How many Driders do we have now? And then the wizard in the back.
They're all Driders. There are 2 in front, and one of them stayed in the back.
What I said. How far away is the back?
They all look the
15
same. The one in the back is 15 feet.
15 foot. I'll charge that one.
All right. Yeah, you'll have to kind of go around.
Yeah, that's
the other one, but you can sort of pick your way through and get up to that one. Do you want to go
that
up
is
in the melee range?
Yep, I sure do. Let's do that. And okay, I guess my curse is on the last one.
Yeah, yours I think is the one on the one fighting Selkie.
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to waste that hex on that one, so I'll just stick with the one on Selkie. All right.
Got it.
All right. So hex still on that one. I'll attack. Let's see, I got 2 attacks. It's a great axe. I got 27. The other one misses.
Oh yeah, 27's good.
Okay, so that's going to be 1d12, 12, and 13 points.
All right, that one is still up.
All right, now I'll attack with the lizard.
All right.
All right. Nope, miss on both.
Alrighty then. Anything else?
That's gonna be it, unfortunately.
Clocks, you're up. Mornhelm, you're on deck.
All right, so I'm gonna the one that came up out of the cave to cast the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my You can kind of see me like, rub my hands together and like rub the brim of my hat of wizardry.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast, because I can cast any wizard cantrip.
Cool.
So I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Nice.
And so I pass my check. I have to take a intelligence check of 10. I get a plus 9. So I passed that. All right, and then I will shoot it. And I get a plus 7, 15. So I fail.
Yep, that will miss. I'm sorry.
All
right.
2 shots from the spies.
Yep.
19 for one.
Based on your wizard too.
That's a hit.
Yep. And a 6 piercing damage.
All right. And that's still on the one in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yep.
Bornhelm up. Dak on deck.
So I'm right beside the one that's most injured.
Yes.
One silky end. Clocks are up there. Okay, so I will attack with my new magic scimitar.
Nice.
Which I'm not in the least with. What do I use? I have to get a pass in first, right?
Yep.
So
I think
25.
Oh yeah. Well, that'll work.
Okay, and then what? I get 1d6 plus 3 if it's not. No, here it is. Where is it? 1d6 plus 4 if it's not magical. So what do I? Anything extra?
If the creature is magical?
No, the scimitar is.
Yes, it's magical.
Yes.
So it's plus 2? Is it a plus 2 magical?
Plus 1.
I don't remember. All right, so then yeah, you add another plus 1 to your damage.
Okay, so 1d6 plus 5.
Okay, yep.
Is that right? Yep.
Yeah.
And I got 10.
All right, 10 damage. Very nice.
I'll do that again. 19 plus 7 plus 8, 27.
That's nice.
And 6 plus 5. WARlando. Plus 5, 11.
Nice.
Wow, very nice. That one is starting to look shaky. And your scouts are now arriving. You see them they heard the sounds of battle and they're coming back out of the cave mouth, sort of up behind the caster back there. Do you want them to do anything?
Well, all 3 of them will attack the caster.
If you like.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they will attack with where do I paperwork? Longbows. Follow through with the lizards.
All right.
That seems like. So that's six crossbows. Where are you? Longbows, short swords. So it's plus 4 to hit, and 1d8 plus 2. So I've got 120, 19, 119, 114.
19s are the ones you need to hit.
So 19 is, so if it's 11 plus, where is it? It's just plus 4. So that's 2 hits. This one is visible. Now another 19. So, and 14 plus 4 is 18. So that's not enough. So 3 hits.
Okay.
Okay, and they all get 1d8 plus 2. So 3d8s. So I get a 2, a 1, and a 7. Plus 2.
And 6.
11.
16 damage?
7, 2, 9, 10, and 6. 16.
Got it. Well done.
And then the lizards are coming in for a chomp, right?
Yep.
They are, what'd you say, plus 4?
That's right.
So there's a 3, 12, and 9. That's 3 misses on the bites. First bite. They get 1 bite or 2? They get 2?
I think it's a bite and a slam.
Bite and a slam. Okay, for the slams. They get 16, 1, and stop using you, can't see in 5. So 1 slam. And the hit is 1d8 plus 2.
I think that's right.
That's 7.
All right, 7 more damage on that one. As it wheels around, not expecting the attack from the rear.
And,
all good?
And Matt, I forgot to do my veterans, so I just rolled. Can they go ahead and still attack?
Yeah. Let me know what the damage is.
Yeah, between the 5 of them, they did pretty good. They scored 40 points.
Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah.
They're attacking the one on Selkie?
Sure.
All right, so that's enough to take that drider down.
Okay.
So that one is gone. Well done on your veterans. All right. Anything else, Mornhelm?
I attacked twice. I tried twice. Oh, nope, that's it.
All right. Dak, you are up. Selkie on deck.
All right, I'm going to go with the Zentrum thugs first, shooting their crossbows at the one that's already attacking Dak.
Okay.
All right, so I got 3 hits. One of them's a crit.
Ooh, Lord.
So a crit with them. Are we just doing max? Or are you doing...
I think we said we're just going to double the standard damage, right?
Okay, so that was going to be 6. And the other 2. Total of 9 damage from the crossbows.
All right. Nicely done.
The assassin next. She's going to miss.
All right.
Then Dak. All right, I'll hit with 1.
All right.
19 damage. I think I'm going to throw a Divine Smite on it.
Yeah. This one is now bloodied, by the way. I forgot to tell you.
19 plus another 9, so 28.
Got it.
Not dead, huh?
Not dead. Bucket of hit points, these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are kind of tough.
All right. Selkie, what you got?
All right, my lizard, my shield guardian, and I are gonna go for the one that's attacking Dak.
All right.
Missing on the bite and missing on the slam with the lizard.
All right.
Multi-attack from my shield guardian. Missing on both of those. Now it's my turn. 2-weapon attack with my rapier and wave. Kidding me.
Oh no.
I do hit with the rapier at 21, but I'll miss with wave.
Okay.
So the rapier is 1d8 plus 4. Oh, and I am sneak attack, so lots of dice. So that'll be 12, 17, 22, 26 damage.
Holy crap. It is just barely hanging on. You said 26 damage?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. The one in the back will turn around and fight your scouts, Mornhelm. It'll pick the one of them closest to you and try to bite him. And what is their armor class on your scouts?
Well, they've got all that armor we bought for them. They're all covered in mithril.
The lizards are, but they're trying to bite the guys.
I know, but I bought little pink mithril shirts for them all.
Okay. What does that make?
But I don't know what.
Okay.
But we'll just go by this stuff. Its armor class is 13.
I think it was scale, which is 16. Does that sound right, everybody?
Okay.
So 16, so that's good to know. But this one will still get through. It is going. That one of your guys, track the damage for me, is going to take 2 piercing damage and another 9 poison damage. So a total of 11.
Okay, one guy was 11.
And then she's going to swing her sword twice at the same guy. We'll hit 1 time and miss 1 time. So that's another 7 damage.
So that's 18. Okay.
And that is her turn. The spiny toad creature who's known as a death slod will try to take one more chunk out of the drow and will succeed, doing plenty of damage to do it in. So you guys see this spiny toad creature just rip into this drider's torso and spill its guts out everywhere, and then rip a couple of his legs off, and then charge over and rip its claws into the other one in the back.
Oh.
Uses its movement to try to, before taking its last 2 multi-attacks. So,
Willa is a big fan of this creature.
Oh, it's pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah.
It's got a name that I can't remember right now. We'll find it out in a second.
What?
That will be a hit. And that will be a miss. So it's going to do, with its claws, rip into this one for 10 slashing and another 7 necrotic. So 17 damage in total on the one in the back from the death slod. And Vizarin will say, Yes, well done. I think we have this under control now. Maybe one more blast, and you will, let's see, he is going to shoot another lightning bolt at it, which it needs to make a dex save. Where'd your dex go? There it is. Oh wow, it's gonna fail. All right, so that one's gonna take 8d6.
That's it.
That's all. 28 more damage on that one. As his lightning rips into it, and you smell the stinking, burning ichor dripping down its drow torso. And we're back to the top.
How far away is it again? It's about 15 feet away from the group in front of us, and the group of us in the front.
Yep, that is correct. And this one's bloodied, well past bloodied now, after all that damage. The one at the top is dead. Zoc, you got a turn. There's one badly injured one toward the back.
Yep. Yeah, let's go to that one. I'll charge. Take 2 swings with the axe. Huh?
Okay.
19. That's 1. All right, so I got 1 hit with the great axe. That is 13 points of damage.
All right. Still alive.
All right, I guess a bite and a slam. So the bite goes through, and that is 11 points.
All right, getting close.
All right.
Anything
And
else?
I should have cursed it. Dang it! I meant to curse this one. So,
All good?
all good.
Clocks. This one's on its last legs. Huh?
Alright, last leg. Alright, I'm going to use a cantrip. One of my cantrips, Ray of Frost. And, alright, I got a 22.
That'll do it.
Alright, and then I use my with my arcane firearm, I get an extra d8.
Ooh.
So 3d8 of damage, so 5, 11.
All right, what's it look like when you kill the last Drider?
It just, the ray of frost just shoots out and it just hits the leg, a couple of the legs, and they just crack and it falls to its ground, and it just, rolls right into, it just rolls down the cave, bonks head a couple times.
Yep.
It's unconscious, bleeds out.
Its feet like do that weird spider thing where they just like clutch up at the end. All right, well done, everybody. You have survived the Drider ambush, which is no small feat. Those things are tough. All right, we are going to. You will make camp for another couple of nights with no further encounters. Feel free to take the benefits of a long rest.
So how much can the one scout get back out of his 18 for a long rest?
Yeah, they can all, when they get a long rest, they can all, I think NPCs heal up fully, just like you guys do.
Okay, very good.
On the 12th time after you all sleep and rest, you come into sort of a large clearing out of the end of one of the caverns, and Vizarin says, "Yes, good. We are nearly here. I would recommend your forces and your mounts remain here, as they will not be able to accommodate all of them inside the tower, and the lizards will not be able to pass through the next series of passages. This is by design, by my defenses, you understand, but they will be comfortable and safe and be able to barricade themselves here, if you find that's acceptable."
Fine, we'll have them set up camp.
So unless you all object, PCs only will proceed to what Vizarin will tell you he has named the Tower of Vengeance.
Nice.
I approve.
Yeah. So you leave behind your forces and you sort of travel through this series of switchbacks and narrow squeezing passages. And eventually you come upon some box text. The passage behind a secret door is narrow enough that you need to move through it single file, occasionally turning sideways to squeeze. It takes about an hour to navigate its pitch black darkness, and the journey is filled with a constant echo of distant sounds. The passage then widens, opening out into a cavern whose far walls and ceiling are out of sight in the darkness. Bits of quartz and mica in the stone glimmer as they catch the light, showing a footpath worn into the stone floor. At the end of that path, a vast dark shape rises, an enormous stalactite carved into a bleak black tower.
Interesting.
I was wondering how we were going to get a tower down here.
So yeah, this thing is like literally carved from and into a massive stalactite.
Nice.
He says, welcome to my home. Please come in, and he'll utter a word in Drowish. And the door to the tower will open up, and past the heavy iron door that is the tower's only visible entrance, a short tunnel extends through 5 feet of solid rock into a cool, dark chamber. As you enter, a floating orb of pale violet light brightens before you, revealing an opening in the vaulted ceiling and a spiral stone staircase with no railing, climbing up into the darkness. Yeah,
I
not
mean,
open.
Selkie will be fine. Jamie would fall to her death.
It needs to be a rail here. Around the stairs, a light reveals a circular audience chamber with cold, unlit lanterns hanging from brackets set into the stone wall, heavy carpets covering the smooth stone floor, and a throne-like stone chair on a raised dais to the left of the entrance. A ball of violet light floats to a stop beneath the center of the open shaft, beyond the foot of the stairs. It then hovers there as if waiting for you. All right. Vizarin will say, welcome. This place, I believe you will find it defensible, and to thank you for making the trip here. Assuming we continue forth with our alliance, I would like for you all to consider this a base of operations and at your disposal as you see fit. I believe you will find the accommodations more than amicable. And he will invite you up and says, please, join me in my chambers here on the upper level. And he looks at you all as if looking for your approval.
Sure. Selkie will follow.
And so he will walk over into what looks just like there's the stairs going up, but there's also this sort of just hole in the floor that looks like it goes up, and he steps into it as if stepping off into air, and then mutters a word and just sort of floats and levitates kind of all the way up to the top.
Very cool.
And you all can learn the words to ascend and descend by listening to Vizarin and join him up in his sanctum, if you like.
Yeah.
It's a sanctum, right? Not a boudoir.
I mean, we can flavor it, you know. And assuming you all go up there to join him, you guys will find a well-appointed chamber with books of all arcane sorts littered about and on shelves, and a desk that he clearly studies at with burnt down black candles, and he gestures, and some floating servants, unseen servants, sort of come into the room with a platter of refreshments, and in the drow custom, he takes one off the tray and looks at you all and nods, and then drinks first. What you all would know is the drow custom to prove that he's not trying to poison you, and and then
Or that he doesn't have the antidote already.
right, and then gestures at the tray and says, "Please relieve yourselves and enjoy these refreshments."
All right, yeah, I'll partake.
Yep, yeah, it's a sort of this inky black liqueur. He says, yes, this is known as in our culture the Jaggermeister. Like, I believe it is the house wine of my since defunct house. It's not the kind of stuff you want to drink a lot of, but one or two are fun, you know.
Selkie will sniff the food that's being offered to see if it's mushroom based.
Yeah, some of it is mushroom based, but he actually does have some sort of seared meat that you're not sure what creature it may have come from. But
She doesn't care. She's gonna go for the meat.
yeah. You guys can make yourselves comfortable in his study, and he says, "Good. Now, if you're all relaxed, I appreciate you making this journey here. Surely this plan can stay between us and away from prying ears that may have been there at the library. I would like to lay out my plan, if you would approve."
I want to hear it.
He says, "Well, maybe I should start by telling you a little bit about Gromfvenir. The only one of my kind who could ever match me in the arts was him. I think we knew from the moment that we were met that we were destined to be rivals. But where I sought only to master the art, Gromf was also an astute political manipulator, no more devout than I in the service of the Spider Queen. He arranged for my disgrace and exile. But deprived of my considerable skills, my house fell to our rival, House Doerden. Gromf became the Archmage of Menzoberranzan, and under the auspices of his own house, the first house of the ruling council. Gromf and I only ever had two things in common: our passion for the art and our hatred of the manner in which our fellow mages suffer at the hands of the matron mothers and the mistresses of the drow. Gromf has always hungered for power, and not even becoming an Archmage of Menzoberranzan was enough to satisfy him. From this tower of exile, I've kept watch on Gromf's activities. This was no easy task given his suspicious and circumspect nature. Nonetheless, my observations revealed that he was crafting a unique ritual, one that somehow drew on the energy of the phase res to channel incalculable arcane power. When Gromf performed this ritual, the walls between the planes shuddered. Then, as you have by now realized, the demon lords were wrenched from the layers of the abyss and cast about here in the Underdark. This is what we have all witnessed and spoke of in Graven Hollow. And he says, before I continue, please, I want to cement this alliance, so I am open to any questions you may have before I describe what I would suggest as our path forward to counter this surely aligned goal that we have.
I'm in.
He says, he'll say, well, there are many other facts and nuances you may wish to hear about, and I am happy to dispense these, but let me perhaps lay out what I perceive to be the underlying logic here. And he looks at Dak and says, you seem a bit of a commander, I would say an astute maneuverer of social as well as battlefield situations. Let me ask you a question about any enemy. What is the surest way to defeat a powerful enemy who you're not sure you can meet in single combat? Please, pontificate.
It seems the best way would be to lure them into a trap.
Ah, very good, very good. And to lure them into a trap, would you perhaps design this to give yourself an advantage, or may I suggest perhaps even have another competitive ally, an aligned goal, be the trap so that you don't put yourself at risk?
Are you talking about pitting these fiends against one another?
Indeed, indeed. Surely any single person against the Demon Lord is an auspicious undertaking at best. However, given what we know of them, and that these Demon Lords are constantly at war with another, seeking to control the Abyss, what can we glean from this situation? He'll say, I am, as I mentioned, mostly suspicious here of other presences in the Abyss who may be using this to their advantage. I don't believe that it's a coincidence that Gromf failed at his ritual. Who may be at advantage if every other Demon Lord was suddenly not in the Abyss?
Masters of the Abyss.
Yes, indeed.
Lolth.
Correct. Well done, Mornhelm. I believe that Lolth has engineered this through Gramph to clear all of her enemies out of the Abyss and take dominion there while they are distracted on the material plane. This, he says, well, I have no proof, of course. Would you all agree this seems a logical way to attempt to dominate your domain?
It's logical.
Logical, but risky.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, if they were to discover her plot, they might ally against her.
Ah, very good. And in that case, what would be her best way to mitigate this risk?
Banish them from the realm.
Correct. This is what I believe is truly going on.
You think the demons can be reasoned with?
He laughs and says, I have studied these creatures for many hundreds of years. That is one thing of which I am sure. While they may feign agreement and manipulate to their own ends, under no circumstances will they compromise their power or reason with anyone around that.
Does it seem likely that they want to go back to the Abyss? Or are they happy taking over this world?
He says, I believe that they would be so distracted at this long-term goal to take over the Underdark, use it as a foothold to take over all of Faerun, that they would be completely blinded to the machinations of Lolth.
So the theory is that we should have them fight each other here, somewhere in the Underdark, and then mop up what's left?
Correct. Because who amongst you with arcane knowledge can tell me what happens to a demon lord if indeed it is killed on the material plane?
Nothing, it's just reborn.
It returns to the Abyss for 100 years.
That is correct. So we can accomplish two goals by pitting these against each other. One is to mitigate the ruin of the Underdark and the surface world, while in turn opposing Lolth and sending them back to keep her from gaining more power.
And Lolth is currently here, or Lolth is in the Abyss?
I have seen no indication, and nothing I have researched tells me that Lolth herself has come through the rift.
And Lolth is from the Abyss, or Lolth is from here?
She is from the Abyss.
Where do you suggest we lure them to?
Excellent question. If indeed we want to maximize the damage and make sure that this can also never happen again, the ritual I am going to propose to you must be conducted in Menzoberranzan, obviously.
How convenient for you.
For me? How so?
Isn't that where Gromf is?
Well, yes.
His tower would be the best place to have it.
Yes, I agree.
The
only place.
Are you playing from Lolth's playbook here?
I have a hatred of Lolth. I have long since despised her, but I do believe the use of wits here is our most effective weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So, given these series of assumptions, which you all seem to agree with, do you concur with the plan? And are you on board with conducting this ritual however we must?
Have you ever done it before?
Never.
And have you ever known it to be done before?
There is no recorded record of anything being attempted. But, as you can see here, I have done my research thoroughly, and I believe with the correct series of components, rituals, we can make this happen and accomplish all these goals in one fell swoop.
So,
does the recipe call for mushrooms? And does it call for ball bearings?
And he says, in fact, one of the components is a very specific mushroom.
How difficult will Menzoberranzan be to get into for us?
Well, I have seen you all in combat, and while this will be no easy task, I believe you're equal to it.
I mean, we could just go back to the fish town that they've already destroyed and do it there, not have to infiltrate stuff.
He says, no, that won't work. It must be in Menzoberranzan.
Because Menzoberranzan will be destroyed in the process.
Is that what we think?
Unless we do it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If we go to Fishtown, then you.
No, yeah, I know.
Then the guy we're talking to, you, don't get your wish.
He says, "You suspect me even after all this. I am telling you it must be Menzo Baranzan. It is the seat of power. It is where I believe this happened and where it must. This is where this rift was open and this is where it must be closed."
Hey, I'm not saying this is not a good trick to play on somebody. I'm just saying it's a trick. It's a good trick.
Yes. Forgive me for speaking harsh.
So, impossible odds, little chance of success, almost surely leading to our deaths. I'm in.
I mean, is there loot in this city that we can also acquire?
He leans into you, smiles, and his reddish eyes glow a little bit more. He says, "Unimaginable riches."
I'm in.
There's also an army of drow that live there.
Yeah, but just imagine how much
Sick demons on them.
is gonna enjoy that,
He says, "This is true, but I have intimate knowledge, ways into and around the city. I believe I can mitigate these odds. I will also say you have no small force yourself here."
Well, I'm sure we're compensating for something.
Speak for yourself.
So when do we leave?
He says, "Very good. Now, shall we discuss the ritual if we agree in principle?"
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Excellent. And he goes over to his desk and rolls out this fresh parchment that has this flowing, it looks like Elvish script, but it's like long and spidery in nature, clearly written in the Drow dialect of Elvish. And he says, "Now, there will be several key components which I do not possess. I would like to have you all retrieve these so that we can proceed with the ritual. Are we in agreement?"
Well, how difficult are they going to be to retrieve?
Says, "Well, if they were just sitting on the shelf, I would have already got them myself." He says, "Perhaps you would like me to list this items and see for yourself."
Yeah.
Start.
All right, MacGuffin incoming. There is a list of multiple items. I'll cut and paste this in a second, so don't feel like you need to take notes, but I'll read them now. He says, "The following components will be required to construct what I have entitled this talisman as the Dark Heart. 1, the intact and unhatched egg of a purple worm for channeling great power.
Too late.
2, the central eye of a beholder, known to break down magical resistances. And
Oh, are you serious?
Everything we've already destroyed.
6 feathers from 6 different angels, the authority of the celestial realms, and a force to enrage fiendish creatures.
Oh, boy.
4, the heart of a Garistro, to reach and influence the hearts of other demons. 5,
Sounds like
13 Timasks, also known as Devil's Mushrooms. These sprout from the footprints of a Marith, a Balor, or a Garistro, and they are a lure to draw demons in. 6, a few drops of blood or ichor from a demon lord to connect with the demons of the ritual call. 7, Gromfbenir's grimoires and notes on the ritual to assist in better understanding the power that summoned the demon lords."
Oh, that'll be a piece of cake to get. I'm sure he doesn't have any protections around that.
Yeah, I was waiting for something tough.
It's only his grimoire, I mean.
I'm going to post this in the inventory channel and then pin it to the top so we don't lose track of that stuff for you guys.
This campaign's gonna take another year, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just that's all stuff that we've already done. We have to double back and do it all again.
Yeah, maybe that beholder corpse is still there.
I think the worm and the beholder for sure, but I don't think the other stuff are things you guys have come across yet.
Yeah, I feel like I would have remembered a grimoire.
Yeah. And then he'll dispense his last bit of box text here, just so I get through all this. He'll say, demons are creatures ruled by madness and hatred, even the greatest and most powerful of them. They war ceaselessly upon each other in the abyss and have already begun to do so here. We can play them against each other and then deal with the weakened victors. I believe I have the ability to devise and cast a ritual similar to Gromph's, but nowhere near as dangerous or foolish, that will draw the most powerful demon lords together to the site of the original summoning. Once they are brought together, they will try to destroy each other. But though the demon lords might destroy each other's physical manifestations here in our world, their essence cannot be extinguished. They will thus be cast back into the abyss as effectively as if they had been banished. The ritual needs certain components to produce the talisman that will draw the demons, then a rite to empower and activate it, then blood and battle such as the world has never seen. Any survivors among the demon lords will be sorely weakened and should be far easier to destroy. All I need is the ingredients, and a look at Grom's grimoire and notes from his sanctum. Where the Drow Archmage watches you, a thin smile curls to the corner of his mouth. So, he says, standing up from behind his desk, do we have the deal?
This seems like a lot of work, and I feel like we're gonna need some kind of upfront, what's the word?
Expenses.
Yes.
Well spoken, and I agree. As I said, this place is at your disposal. Let me offer you several gifts to aid you in your journey. And he gestures over to Cleve, who walks over, and the first thing he pulls out of a wardrobe near the wall is for each one of you, he says, this is what we call a pawafi in my culture. And it is essentially a cloak of elven kind, but drow made. So he says, this gives you the power to not be seen by your enemies. I'll put all this in the chat, but basically if you wear this cloak with the hood up, checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide. Basically it will camouflage you, sort of like just Frodo and Sam hiding in the rocks at the gates.
Yeah.
This is like our Galadriel moment or something.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Which one of us asks for a strand of his hair?
I was going to say, who wants some of his hair?
I didn't. That tracks. Yeah.
He says, and he reaches into a drawer in his desk, and he pulls out 5 amulets. And he says, this is a one-time use and has the same effect as a scroll of protection from fiends.
Bees?
It's from fiends, not from bees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't see any honey on the list. So.
He says, take these gifts, as they have taken a long time to create, and I'm sure you will make excellent use of them. As I have mentioned, also, you may use this as a base. Return here as often as you like to rest, strategize, and plan. And he says,
What will you be doing while we're
I will be here preparing the rest of the ritual. There is still a great amount of writing and incantations to prepare and all manner of such. It will take a substantial amount of research.
Can I volunteer as a research assistant, or do I have to?
He laughs and says, I am sure your companions will need your skills greatly.
Okay. I have great handwriting, but sure.
My shorthand is excellent. He says, but do not despair. While this list of materials that I require are difficult, I believe, point you in the right direction to several of them and save you many months of searching.
That'd be handy.
He tells you, I believe the first 2, the purple worm egg, eye of the beholder, can most likely be found not too far from here. There is a series of tunnels known as the worm writhings. And anybody who'd like to can make a history check to see if you know anything about these places.
Nothing.
I'm just picking my nose.
12.
12 will not be able to do it. Anybody else?
No, you're 11.
Natural 20.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That should do it.
Adam, like, looking so cool, sitting back in his chair. Fine.
Dax just listened to like a whole series of podcasts on the worm writhings. He knows like all about them. And so, Dak, you would know that this is, as you might guess, this is a series of the Underdark caverns that are well known for the breeding in the domain of purple worms. This is where they're most likely to be encountered, and there's just this infinite series of tunnels dug through straight rock.
That'd be them.
Mm-hmm. And if you would actually, with a natural 20, you would also know, interestingly enough, that in these tunnels, the phase res does not permeate down there. So it's sort of free from any of the odd effects you've noticed in the past.
Blockage.
He says, I would suggest you begin your journey here. It's a mere couple of days, and I'm sure you can gather your crew and make your way there.
Okay.
He says, alternatively, if you wish to seek some of the more exotic components, I can give you directions and show you on your map to a specific place known as the Gallery of Angels. This is a fell place, as I'm sure you may have guessed.
It sounds like a strip club.
He says here you will find the Gallery of Angels, which is at the heart of a large labyrinth, but it is quite a far journey from here.
Maybe later.
He says, I am sure that several of the items you need can be found there.
Several of them, more than just the wings.
I believe so. Yes. And he says, and of course, finally, there is only one place where Grumfbanir's notes can be acquired, and that would be a mission to Benzobaranzan itself.
Sounds like that'd be last on the list, since we gotta do the ritual there anyway, right?
Perhaps, but I would request these notes ahead of time to help the odds, so that when we are there, I can have everything prepared.
You request a lot.
Indeed, it is a grave undertaking, Master Goblin.
Is Toad coming with us?
Cleve must stay here. This creature is bound to me, and he will. He is my bodyguard in the event that we need to venture out.
So that's a no?
He says, are there any questions, and are we in agreement that you will seek out these items and return them to me so that we can execute this plan?
Sure.
Yeah, sounds like we're on board.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
As long as there's riches at the end of it.
Yeah.
He says, very well, then, a deal well struck. And he'll walk around and shake each one of your hands and offer you more refreshments. He says, you will not regret this alliance. We will surely triumph. This is humanity's best hope.
Awesome. I'll spit on the floor in agreement.
He looks down and says, odd custom, but very well, and spits next to you. And then Cleve just sort of drools and then rolls it out. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.